All right, so we're handling things in a couple different ways. Here's how we're going to package the coaching search, because that's not the main thing. It's just not. The main thing is Sherrone, the school losing its soul. The AD needs to be whacked, fired, gone. And also, look, was it all worth it? We're going to get into it at 3. But if you want 6 minutes of coaching search, David, hit the music. Here you go.
All right, let's get right to it here. So I'm going to start at the bottom with the odds. These are according to betonline.ag. 25.
Oh, by the way, here, I'll add to the Sherrone stuff. New York Post, you got OnlyFans models claiming Moore was in their DMs. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
25-1 odds here for the next head coach at Michigan. Brian Kelly, John Gruden, Brent Vegan, Ryan Grubb, and Biff Poggi.
I mean, look, the Poggi thing would be nothing more than a patsy. Also, you don't want Brian Kelly. You can't. Hey, newsflash. Brian Kelly partook. He got a kid killed. We're not doing that. Brian Kelly's a bad guy who's washed, who quit at LSU. He didn't want to recruit. You don't want Brian Kelly. Not because he's lacking in integrity. In that case, he'd fit perfect at your hellhole. But because he's not good anymore. No to all of that.
Yeah, you said Ryan Grubb was on that list?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't see Michigan accepting Ryan Grubb to come in to be a first-time head coach. No.
20-1 odds, you have Jason Eck, that is the head coach over there at New Mexico.
Guy's been at New Mexico for 1 year. I think he could potentially be a really good coach. The problem is, brought in 70 new players, including all of his own. I love the quarterback he had, the kid from New Mexico. I think it's Jack Lane. A little bit undersized, but he's a gamer, man. He's like welfare Pavia. No, they're not hiring that kind of coach.
No.
They think they're above that. They'll spend to make sure they don't have to hire Jason Eck. Plus, I think Jason Eck will go to Wisconsin next year when they whack Fickle.
Yeah, and I think they would hire Poggi before they hire Jason Eck.
At 18-1 odds here, you have Tommy Reese, who's the current OC in Cleveland with the Browns.
The hell are we doing here?
Yeah, no. At 18-1, this is towards the bottom here.
Okay.
Just move on.
14-1
Because that
odds.
offense is running so well in
Correct.
Cleveland.
14-1 odds. You have Manny Diaz, Josh Heupel, Dan Lanning, and PJ
Oh,
Fleck.
there you go. Dan Lanning. Why not just dig up Vince Lombardi? Dan Lanning. What the hell's he going to leave Oregon for you for?
No.
All that money down there.
I think you missed the one that he said.
PJ Fleck?
Did you say PJ Fleck?
He is 14-1 odds, yes.
He's right there with Dan Lanning. Wow. Yeah, Lanning's not gonna leave Oregon, but you know what? I would love to see PJ Fleck. He's
Rico,
a good coach.
They do have a thing for long walks on the beach and culty boners. Run out. Let's be elite today. PJ, I'm just trying to eat breakfast. Eat it elite.
I can't wait to see the Michigan helmet would row the boat on the back.
Ski-uma.
Let's get to the 12-1 odds. I'm going to Marcus Freeman 12-1, and I always mess this guy's name up. The DC at Texas, Pete Kwiatkowski.
It's Kwiatkowski. He used to play for him. Marcus Freeman. Look, Freeman's the leader in the clubhouse to be the Giants' next head coach. Why would you leave Notre Dame for Michigan? That doesn't make any sense.
To clean up a program. Why would you do that?
And you know what?
And they're Notre Dame.
And maybe you hire Lanning to be your OC. How about that?
And Belichick 20 years ago is my DC. Got it. Come on, can we get some real names here? Where's Jed Fish?
Let's get to the 10-1 odds here. You have Dan Mulling and Brian Dable.
Okay, Dan Mullen, again, another guy who
UNLV.
quit on recruiting at Miss State. He's out at UNLV. No there. Brian Daboll, I'm too biased.
Well,
But
you know what?
he's-
No. Mullins may take the job, Mike, because at least he knows the checks will cash.
Rico might win there. If you don't know, UNLV has to figure out how to pay him in 2028 and 29.
Yep.
Dayball, yeah, that's a fit. Him and Wink hate each other. There you go. Oil those two up and put them in the wrestling match like Blue and Old School. There you go. Have them wrestle for who gets to stay.
We're getting closer. 9-1 odds. Lincoln Riley and Kenny Dillingham. 8-1 Jeff Brom.
Okay. Now we're on to one.
Wait, Lincoln Riley?
Jeff Brom has had an extension from Louisville on his desk for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Why hasn't he signed it? And now reporting today, well, my sources say they've expected this job to be open. Oh, really? That would have been a good one to roll out middle of the season. Maybe Brom was waiting to see if this came open. It's not like Louisville's going to clip him. Quarterback guy, former quarterback, good offensive mind, familiarity in the Big Ten. What's wrong with Jeff Brom?
No, there's nothing wrong with it, Mike, but is it big enough for Michigan? Because I feel like it has to be a home run hire. That's just Brom, it'd be a double.
Well, let me give you the top 4 here. You got Jed Fish at 7-1, Joe Brady 6-1, Jesse Minter 5-1, and the leader in the clubhouse, Kalen DeBoer.
Jesse Minter can't coach there. He's
can't.
got a show cause.
Funny how people keep forgetting that.
And the betting odds of all things forgot that.
You see it on national, like,
Hey,
what about
you know
Minter?
what?
Like, he's got a show
Actually,
cause.
here's what we should do. One by one, hire every cheater. Let's just go down the list until it works. Hire every dirtbag who was a part of the greatest cheating scandal in the history of football.
Okay, so
And
you know
just
what?
go.
First up, Lou Holtz. There you go.
You know, we got a really tough game against Kansas State this week.
Right. Eastern Michigan is really a challenge. No. They're really tough. I know you guys are laughing at me, but they're tough.
But Kalen DeBoer being the leader in the hot clubhouse, that makes total sense.
It
Yes,
does.
Jed Fish.
I would go for Fish. I don't think they're going to get DeBoer. I don't see that one happening.
Another episode of Rico Reports.
I think he'll use it to make more money at Alabama. But yeah.
And that's football today.